Welcome back for today's NFL pick video play for December 10th, 2018. Monday night's action, talking about this NFC matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. This is going to be an important one in terms of that playoff picture right now. Over in the NFC, you have the Vikings one game above 500, 6-5-1 overall on the year. And then you have the Seahawks at 7-5. And this one, going to give our lean on where we see the better value on the over-under. The total number sitting at 45.5 points. The road team, Minnesota, coming into this one off of a road defeat in their last outing, losing to the New England Patriots by a final of 10-24 in what wasn't the greatest offensive showing that we've seen from the Vikings. And this is a Minnesota team that's kind of been up and down throughout the course of the regular season, not exactly having the type of campaign that they were hoping for. Of course, the Vikings a year prior, one of the biggest surprises in the NFL, especially over in the NFC, where they put together a really strong regular season, and many thought that the Vikings, now that they bring in Kirk Cousins, would take another step forward this year. But that really hasn't been the case for the Vikings, sitting just one game above 500. But Cousins, he's been pretty respectable as the starting quarterback. He's thrown for about 3,500 yards and 23 touchdowns. And Minnesota, in terms of their numbers, are averaging about 23 points per game, giving up about 22.5 points per game. So if you just add up the typical number that we get in a Minnesota game, it's actually right at about 45.5 points. Now, this one, they're coming on the road, a very tough road environment, playing against the Seahawks. In Seattle, they're currently on a 3-game winning streak. They've been looking really strong as of late, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. During this 3-game winning streak, putting up 27 points on the Packers, 30 on the Panthers, and then their last outing, 43 on the 49ers. In terms of their numbers on the year, they're averaging about 26.6 points per game and then giving up about 21.6 points per contest. So your average Seattle game, you're a little bit above the Vikings at about 48 points. So if we just sum up together these two teams' averages throughout the course of the regular season, it's actually above this 45.5 number that we're getting in the total. And especially with what we've been seeing from Seattle during their current stretch of success, where they've consistently been putting up strong offensive numbers, and we feel like Minnesota will probably have to try to keep pace. If Seattle gets out, scores some points, Minnesota might have to throw the ball to try to catch up, and we'll see how that plays out. It should be a competitive one between two teams that are hoping to make a run towards the postseason, and we see this as potentially being a higher scoring game, so we're going to side with the over 45.5 points as the better value play. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for future videos.